finding certainty in the midst of crisis. I've been inundated with messages from loved ones, from friends, other coaches, people on social media in the last few days asking for me to share or express my own translation of what is unfolding in the world right now. Particularly, I've had many requests to share my insights or my perspective on some of the conspiracy theories that are out there at the moment. And while I could express and share that with you, I felt that it would be more supportive and more empowering if I was to create a space where we as a collective can explore the complexity of what is unfolding, to explore all narratives, to explore and be willing and courageous enough to explore all theories, all perspectives at this time, and to do it in a grounded way where I can provide you with the tools that I use and provide you with, I guess, my own experience in how to navigate the many dimensional layers of what's unfolding, but to do it in a way where you are empowered to extract your own truth. Because this is the time of the crowning. Corona meaning crowning. It is a time for all of us to deem ourselves worthy, to take back our crown, which really is to take back our power. And that means to being willing now to think critically for yourself at this time. If we are seeking certainty from any one person or from any external narrative right now, ask yourself if you are potentially still giving your power away. We are all seeking certainty right now. I know this, for I am too. And from my own experience, and that's the only place that I can share from, is that certainty is something that will not and cannot be cultivated from any place externally. It can only be cultivated from within. And so rather than sharing my own perspective at this time, I felt it would be more empowering to create a space and to invite you in so we can go on a deeper journey together. To explore all viewpoints, all perspectives, all dimensional layers of what potentially may be unfolding right now. And to explore them and to do so in a very grounded way. One that is empowering and gives you the opportunity to extract your own meaning and to extract your own truth. And so I guess you could say that this time we are in is akin to a vision quest. As a collective, we're being called into a deeper initiation. And that initiation is calling us to develop our own internal sight and to develop a new vision for humanity. This year is 2020. 2020 vision, crystal clear vision. And with that, it means that all is being revealed, all is being seen right now. And it is very confronting, it's very overwhelming, very confusing to navigate all the different complexities that we're being faced with right now. Even for the most aware #woke person, right now, it's very hard to see the woods from the trees. Many have been on this journey, this vision quest for some time, and that is this journey to unravel, to discern and to see the truth, to discern what is real and what is not. And many have been on this vision quest for some time and are emerging now with a new found awareness at this time. Some are still in the midst of that process, and others are only simply beginning. And yet, no matter where we are in the journey, we're exactly where we need to be. There is no one further along the journey than anyone else. There is no one better or worse than anyone else. We're exactly where we need to be individually for our synthesis and our understanding of the greater picture. Because all perspectives are required right now. All perspectives are required for us to integrate and understand what is truly unfolding. And this is our true vision. For those who've been waiting for a time to experience multidimensionality, this right now is our time, because we are beginning to see and witness many different dimensions and perspectives of this same event. All can be seen. And yet the question is, what will be your focal point? How will you choose to see this event? Because how you choose to perceive this event will determine the outcome, not only for you, but for others too. So you may be wondering, what is a vision quest? Well, in indigenous cultures, a vision quest is when one is sent out into the wilderness with little food or water and is left to fend for themselves, relying only on their internal navigation system to find their way home. And this is not necessarily just finding your way back home to your community. It's the internal quest and the journey to find your way home to yourself, to the real truth. And so when out in the wilderness alone, this person will be faced with their biggest, darkest fears, and they will be challenged to dig deep within themselves, not only to overcome them, but to fully transmute them. And this is a huge initiation, as it means that you must learn to trust yourself instinctually, beyond anyone or anything else, particularly when you are faced with many perceived threats, fears, and confusion. So the only way to survive this ordeal is to learn how to truly see. And this is to awaken an internal sight, an internal awareness that will guide you through the most dense part of the forest or the shadow, and to learn how to cultivate a sense of inner safety and security, and most importantly, to cultivate certainty. Certainty in yourself, in your truth, and your ability to find your way back home, no matter what the circumstance. So I guess you could say right now that this is a collective initiation we are in. And for many, we are in the midst of the wilderness. We are attempting to find our way through the storm, through the wilderness. We are attempting to see the woods from the trees. And yet we are still seeking for the answers we're seeking for an external map or leaning on others to find our way, and yet part of this whole experience we are in is a beautiful opportunity and an invitation to dig deeper within ourselves. This is a crisis point we are in, for sure. There's no denying that. And yet, any time we have been in the midst of crisis, it has marked a massive turning point for the evolution of our awareness, for the evolution of who we are as human beings. And it is in these testing times that we truly see and witness the true strength and power of our human spirit. So as we trudge through the density of the distortion that is arising, let us be aware, let us be mindful that before we choose to believe in any particular narrative or story, that we first filter it through our own internal discernment system, which is our intuition, which is our feeling and wisdom center, and our heart's intelligence. What is unfolding in the world right now cannot be translated through the intellect alone, which is why we're experiencing so much overwhelm, so much confusion. So it's important for us to learn how to center awareness within our body and to center awareness in a field of intelligence that has the capacity to not only process complex information, but also to be able to translate and transmute our deep emotions that arise as the truth is being revealed. Our ability to handle the depth of truth that is being revealed to us at the moment is equal to our capacity to process and transmute the emotions that arise as it happens. And so some have been on this road for many, many years of unlearning, of unraveling, of processing the deep emotions of frustration, of anger, of grief, all of these things that naturally arise when we begin to see what is real. And so too must we be mindful and equip ourselves with the tools so that we can move through these emotions. We can move through our deeper, darkest fears to allow them to transform us, to allow us to extract the truth and the meaning and the wisdom of why we're going through this whole entire experience in the first place, so that we can then, from a grounded, centered, and integrated place, we can then take action. This really is the most liberating time for all of us, and it starts by you giving yourself permission for you to see and extract your own truth. If you're waiting for someone else to tell you what is real, ask yourself honestly, am I giving my power away? If you're choosing to see this event right now through one lens, ask yourself honestly if I'm truly allowing myself to see the bigger picture. If you find yourself in defense or trying to uphold one narrative, ask yourself, what am I too afraid to really look at? So this is a time for all of us to think critically for ourselves, to explore the complexity, yet to remain in the simplicity. It's It's a time to learn how to cultivate safety, security, and certainty from within, to feel empowered, and to focus our energy on what we personally wish to choose. And rather than be affected by this external event that's unfolding, allow this to be a time where we choose now to affect how this whole event and this narrative unfolds. This really is a time of empowerment and personal freedom. So let's rise up into that. Let us see this event as an invitation into a modern day vision quest. Let us use it as an opportunity to cultivate a greater vision for humanity. And the question is, will you answer this deeper call? And will you join us on this vision quest?